Something very interesting is that a lot of spiritual people believe that we are in our core, naturally just love and light, and that we are good. Yeah, we are just good, that's our nature, just being good. That's what most spiritual people believe. Now, I like to go further with it, and I believe without judgment, but from what I have seen, I know that there are different type of cruelty to people. Some are created from a lot of trauma. People become cruel because they have experienced so much trauma, pain that, especially if it's combined with low emotional intelligence and even a lot of ignorance, and just in general, low intelligence in general, then these people will act with cruelty, towards animals, towards nature, towards people, just in general. And to them, it will be some sort of control over other people and other things. It will make them feel powerful because in the past, or in the present still, they feel like they have no control over anything, and they are just hurt repeatedly. I'm talking about severe trauma here, about people actually getting a lot of abuse, experiencing a lot of abuse. But I have seen and believe that there is another type of cruelty, and that is the innate cruelty of a person, or what we understand as cruelty. In this understanding, I am referring to people that are born with a particular inclination towards receiving pleasure from other people's pain, or animals. I'm talking about sexual sadists and sadistic individuals that receive pleasure from hurting others. I know that some people are actually born with this state of receptivity without trauma. Like I said, there are two, or I believe, maybe I'm wrong, but for sure at least two versions of people that either act with cruelty or at least enjoy to see others in pain, basically. And that is either, like I said, severe trauma and either low emotional intelligence, or simply people that are born without even experiencing severe trauma, but are born with this innate state of simply being sadistic. And I have also spoken to people like that. Like I said, I have nothing against people of the sort, because I know the wide wide expression of the universe itself. I know that the universe is not only pure good. I know that. And a lot of spiritual people, disagree because it hurts. I mean, this reality hurts them because it's not pretty. It's not pretty. It's pretty. It's not. But I understand that. And so what? We judge these people as inherently bad, as unrightful to live, unrightful to exist, because we understand that the only thing worth that has any right to live are good people. As if that is a thing, because every person has a dichotomy of behavior and thoughts and actions. No person is perfect, and no person can experience only good emotions. Even the fucking, I don't know, monks. I mean, if you put them in an environment where they are constantly abused, I mean, really, really and truly abused. I mean, maybe some have truly no. I have read some that they like reach this state of actual just uh, peace. Like maybe not all of them, but what I mean is that if you take a person, that has come to a state of peace and you put them under high duress and pain and suffering and all of the rainbows, the dark rainbows of the cruelty of mankind, then they will break and they will experience bad emotions. I mean, they will, feel it. They will feel it inevitably. So there is no good person in my opinion. There are simply people either doing good, doing bad, experiencing bad state of life and self, experiencing all sort of the facets of the universe itself. And so we categorize these sadistic people as bad. Because it's a scary concept to think that the universe also expresses itself in cruel ways, that a person can be the direct expression of the universe and at the same time be the like express destruction and love the chaos and part of the universe which represents destruction and all that comes with it, because it's an energy in the universe in general is not good or bad. It's just, it is, it's neutral. I mean, if we didn't experience it as humans or a being, experiencing it, it will be neutral. So what, now we categorize these people for the way they are as bad, but what why do we think that we have any right to categorize and label these people? Because we simply, in the first place, we are afraid of our own darkness. We all have our darkness. I do not believe there is a person that has no shadow self, that has no intricate dark self in which they enjoy some sort of immoral thing or dark thing, all that things that are part of the darker pleasure of life. I do not believe that there is a person that has not any sort of bad thoughts. I don't believe that. So in the first place, we label them as bad because we are dissociated and we are completely cut away from our own dark self or our own darkness. So we say, you're bad and we hate you, this sadistic person, because we actually hate the fact that you are open to your darkness and we are not. It's some sort of envy for not being part of enjoying your dark self. And that's the very interesting thing, is that by being open to your dark self, it doesn't mean that it brings you to be an evil person or a bad person. In fact, I would say it's best to be open to that. Sadistic and cruel people, that has some sort of pleasure in hurting others, if they are aware of that and they got some sort of like I don't know, like if they care of how they express that in the first place and are intelligent enough to realize that, what they enjoy, then they will, find ways to enjoy that thing by not actively hurting people in a horrible, or animals in a horrible way. And by that I mean there are various things you can do. One of them which helps a whole lot is any sort of artistic endeavor or expression. Art, either by drawing or writing or photography or consensual activities, some sort of BDSM, of course, widely known, heavy BDSM, all sorts of things. I mean, there are a lot of things you can do. And by being open to these things, you actually are befriended with this dark side, right? And you can actually exercise this part of yourself. And by doing that, you are actually more safe than other people which label themselves as being good and actually are just completely dissociated from their dark self. Now, that is a very scary individual, because since they are completely dissociated with that dark self and shadow self, then when they explode, it can be fatal and horrible, because they actually don't even like they don't even want to admit to their nature, to their darker nature. And it's better to acknowledge and befriend and get to know this dark self rather than repress them. You don't fix anything by repressing your own self. Whatever side you have, we have different sides. So if you repress a certain facet of yours, it will only bring chaos, because one way or another, one time or another, it will come out, and it will come out in very unfriendly ways. Anyway, these are some sort of side guidelines of what you can do and the benefit of being awoke to the dark self. But in my understanding is also that people that are inherently cruel are not unrightful or wrong to exist, because the universe also has parts that are cruel and horrible, and horrible in our view and understanding. So people that are cruel also have some sort of, well, they have a direct link to the universe itself, and it is an expression of the universe as well. I don't know, there is this debate of nurture versus nature and all of that sort of thing, and I do believe in that strongly, the psychological factor of how a person is raised and the experience they have in order to bring an individual to being of what they will become is very important to how a person is raised. I mean, it will have a pivotal role in their fabrication, basically. But at the same time, I also believe that some people are inherently quote unquote bad. I mean, just to say it like labeled superficially, is to make it very understandable to people. Bad as in things we actually kind of condemn, and we say, oh, this person is unnatural. Like, for a very long time, being gay was unnatural and criminalized. And I'm not saying that being gay is the same as I don't know, fucking being sadistic, it's not the same thing. But what I mean is that for a very long time, just loving a person was criminalized, basically, and in some countries still is a fatal like penalty to love somebody, like, but being a sort of way, being born a sort of way, it's never unnatural, because I don't know, the universe, it doesn't label it that way. So if you have an inclination towards something that is immoral in nature, immoral because it's our own societal conditioning, right? Well, to God, that's not bad, and you're not bad. You simply are part of the universe and its expression. A very controversial thought, I do believe, because most people won't agree or will hate on these people. And I understand, because I mean, some people just simply fucking suck. I mean, I actually, I don't really like some people because they are also stupid. I fucking hate stupid people, man. I mean, if you are cruel and sadistic, at least be intelligent. I don't know, it's a plus. Yeah, I know it's better. But yeah, a lot of people won't like that, and we still have like a very bad view of all that is dark in nature and immoral of our understanding, because it's the unknown and we are scared of the unknown. What do you think? Leave a comment below. I will be very interested to see what do you think, and what is your I'm very interested in what is your relation to your dark self, if you have any. And give me a like to support this channel. Subscribe if you like this type of content. Until next time, goodbye.